Today we're making cashew yogurt. You are going to need a few items before we start. The first is a yogurt machine that keeps the yogurt at a constant temperature. Next is a cooking thermometer. Cashews, of course. I use lactic acid in this recipe, and yes, it's vegan. And finally, a nut bag. We start by making our cashew milk, and this is done by adding water and cashews to the blender and mixing it up. If you don't have a high power blender, you will need to soak your cashews, but with the Vitamix, I can skip this step. You can make this yogurt with other nuts like almonds or macadamia nuts, but I've only tried it with cashews. I will blend it for a couple of minutes, and again, in a normal blender, it'll take longer. We will pour this liquid into our nut bag, which will help filter out the cashew pulp. You can buy the nut bag at a health food store or on Amazon. Once the bag is full, we will squeeze it to separate the pulp from the liquid. I've heated up some water in my kettle and will fill up the yogurt cups with the boiling water for 5 minutes to ensure that the bad bacteria is killed. I will also cover the lids. Next, I'll heat up the cashew milk to also kill any bacteria in the milk. This means I need to heat it to 180 degrees. I like to heat it on medium-high heat so the milk comes to a faster boil, and we don't want to reduce the liquid too much. I recommend stirring constantly so the bottom of the pan doesn't burn. Be careful because it may splatter a bit too. Once it has hit 180 degrees, I will remove it from the heat and let it cool down to 110 degrees before I add my lactic acid. If you add the lactic acid too early, the heat will kill it off too. Give it a good stir to make sure the lactic acid is mixed in completely. Now we're ready to put it in our yogurt machine. I keep the machine on for about 12 hours, then put the jars in the fridge to stop the fermentation process. You can play around with your yogurt flavor and texture. If you want a less tangy taste, put less lactic acid. If you don't like it as thick, only have the machine on for 6 hours. It's the next morning and the yogurt is ready to eat. You can see it's thickened up nicely. This yogurt can be used in vegan cheese to give it a nice taste. You can check out my cheese making video above. Since it's morning, I like a sweet yogurt, so I will add some maple syrup and top it off with some berries. I would love to know what you think of this recipe, so please add your comments below. Thanks for watching.